Hey guys, it's your boy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I can feel my soul inside my body. I can feel my soul inside my body. And my soul is an exact carbon copy, shape and size as my physical body. Now, the soul that I can feel because I've got so much trauma and I'm so wonky, and because it's a sort of like a little gift that God's given me, which will come in handy for the work I hope to do in the future, surrendering the soul back inside myself to God. But yeah, I can feel it. It's 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 a blessing to be feeling your soul inside your body. I know some of you might think it's bullshit, but I'm just talking about feeling experience here. Obviously, I know now about soul study from near-death experiences, how the soul lifts out the body upon death, and you are free to be the great I am again. But so long, so long as you have trauma unhealed, which is everybody, right? Your soul will not sit centered in the still point down the center line as it's supposed to do when the chakras, the energy centers, are realigned fully. This is a deep truth I'm sharing with you in simple ways. Probably not the only person that can feel my soul, but I can feel my soul. And when I engage in practices that are more healthy, for example, inner game, outer game, when I'm out and about facing my fears, being seen, or in a game, doing scene retention, yoga, and all these things, I can feel the wonkiness and the soul try to come back more centered and grounded in the body. And that's how I can feel the soul. So, the soul, for all of us, to varying levels, the natural home of the soul is the body, the human body. And the real natural home of the soul, where you get to see God, feel unconditional love, is a surrender of the soul that is clinging like a rope. It's clinging inside me and it's wonky. So the replica soul to my body is either to the left or to the right. Usually it's to my left. And the soul is not sitting at that narrow gate, the narrow great center line. The soul is not sitting directly grounded and centered. Shh. What we call da 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 chakra alignment. So the soul comes up the chakras, and yet simultaneously, as you heal yourself, I'm talking about awakening here, dying before you die, as the energy centers go up, the soul drives deeper into the body, non-wonky. And then when you die before you die, that tethering that you're holding on to, what Jesus calls clinging to life, clinging to the cross, dying to yourself, non-clinging, snap. Chakras go up, soul drives deep, and there's nothing to hold on to. The soul sits and resides with no tether, dying, the great unknown, back into the body perfectly, into the center line, that sweet narrow gate that Jesus talked about. And from that center point, I can tell from feeling, because I can imagine it for a few seconds, not indefinitely, because I'm obviously a long way from full awakening. But from the center point, when the soul sits directly home, you are so balanced between your right and your left, your entire body, that the soul is sitting directly in there, that there's no boundaries. You become the ocean and you feel like the ocean. And soul studies is always something interesting to me. I've been learning to walk before I can run. I have that in me to run before I can walk. I wonder why I can feel these references. I would hope from God and pray that this incarnation and soul contract, there's a meaning behind the feelings of being wonky in my body and my soul, and having references of dying before you die with um, cannabis cake once. It's fucking scary. getting the soul down the center line. Nothing to hold on to. Your soul sinks into hell as your chakras go to heaven. You see the duality and paradoxes here. All right, let me know if you guys can relate, because there's a lot to unpack in what I said if you've either had these experiences or resonate. And it's all about surrender, cutting the cord. Oh, and when the soul, because it's never really on the center line, and if it does go to the center line still point, it's usually for humans from some kind of validation externally, or safety, control, or approval has been provided for in the external. So you do get those moments around other people when those three things are satisfied, where you can center line. But the key is, is it center lined by itself in the now, in the present moment? So we're not relying on external things to get the soul back into the body. We want to be the highest order of man, which we all make, is to get the soul back in the center line by being internally validated and doing that, cutting that cord. And it's very tethered, the soul, to the body and wonky. The more trauma you have, the more wonky it is. And of course, if the soul is not sitting down the center line, the soul is edged to the left or right slightly. Well, that means the soul feels like, because it's got the boundary of the body, it's not boundaryless at the center, because it's got the boundary of the body. What happens is you tell yourself, I am my body. And from I am my body, because the soul's not sitting at the center, the soul's coming across the boundaries of the body. It's why I feel like a drop in the ocean and not the ocean, because the boundaries of the body are preventing the soul from being free. It's not in the center. Therefore, you tell yourself, I'm a body. Then you have these thoughts, and every thought becomes a story, and then we get attached to our stories, and I am my thoughts. Because the soul is constantly, by itself, definitely hitting the boundaries of the body because it's wonky. So you become I am my body, which you get released from when you die. Pretty cool, eh? All right. Let me know if you found this interesting. Peace.